What's up, TikTok? All right, I'm pumped because first things first, I got this new microphone in. So hopefully there's no like background noise and stuff that comes up for you guys while we're talking today. But I was super excited because a couple months ago, I got introduced a system that you can find online, and it's called a human design. If you've heard of a human design, drop it in the comments. I'm curious what you know about it and what your thoughts are on it. But since I've dove deeper into this human design, I've found that that it truly helps a lot of people that I talk to. So almost anybody that I talk to today is super interested in their human design once they get familiar with it and they know a little bit more about it. So I wanted to make sure that I came on here and shared all of this beautiful information with you guys so that, yeah, okay, Erin, it's great. So if, and I do remember you, sister, of course. But so if you haven't heard of it, stick around. I'm going to give you like a big, like bird's eye view and overview of the human design. And then I'll also leave you guys with the website that I personally use, and a couple other things. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, the human design for a lot of the people that I'm running into today it's helping them understand themselves a little bit better at a deeper level. And I'll share with you how and why it's able to do that. But for me personally, it unlocked a couple things inside of me that I knew were there, but I didn't know that was something that I carried as maybe a personality trait specifically until I read it in this human design. And once I read it, I was like, mind blown. It almost gave me permission to step into that power a little bit more. So the human design system is an all-encompassing system that was brought together by a gentleman way back in the 80s. I say way back, that's not that long ago, but back in the 80s, where he pulls together a bunch of ancient traditions and comes up with what he calls the human design. So he pulls from the I Ching, he pulls from the chakra system, and he pulls from the Western astrology. So from all of those different areas in our ancient traditions, he grabs information based off of when we were born, where we were born, and even the time that we were born. So the date of birth, the time of birth, and the location of birth all come together to collect your specific human design, which is absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. What I found super intriguing about the human design was it almost helped answer the question of who am I, what's my purpose here, and what's my life's mission, right? Where am I good? Have you guys ever sat down for an interview and they ask you what some of your strengths and weaknesses are? Okay, if you haven't, I have, and let me tell you what, I had to like pull some out of my butt, right? Because there was no way I was going to be able to give you a strength or a weakness of mine and truly know 100% that was what it was. It was almost like I needed somebody else to confirm or deny what I was saying about myself. So the human design is really cool because it lays all of that out there, your strengths, your weaknesses in the best of ways. So for me, it brought an awareness to where my weaknesses are, or when maybe I'm falling out of alignment, right? So I'm able to feel that out of alignment phase first, or when I'm fully aligned, and then place an anchor there to hold strong to getting aligned all over again, right? Because we all know we can create and produce a lot better when we're fully aligned. And so that was the big mission here. So human design, let's see, something... I want to make sure I don't miss any notes that I have for you guys. If you don't know me, my name is Amanda Bell. I am the owner of a few different businesses. I've got that entrepreneurial spirit in me and really like to dive into things head first and almost find the path less traveled, if you will, and then bring the information back to you guys if it was something that I saw success in or that I feel like others might find success in it. So my heart and passion goes into real estate. I'm licensed in Texas with an 8-figure production real estate team. I also, and I'm about to be licensed in Florida. I'm going to be in Florida in October to test for that. And then a broker in Mexico currently. There's lots of great investment properties and opportunities out there. So in Mexico as well. We also, a business partner of mine, like to guide other business owners and CEOs through life, business, and spirituality. So a couple years ago, CEO AF came to life, and that's where this video came up and has sat heavy on my heart to get out to you guys. So that's why I was like, man, I got to get in there. I got to share this information. I've got to give it to them today. So that's what we're going to run through today. I literally took a whole whiteboard of notes to give you guys this bird's eye view. So diving right into it, the human design system, sorry guys, I'm trying to balance you up here. The human design system consists of five different types. Okay, so I listed 4 of them out over here. There's 4 main types, and I like to say 4.5 types inside the human design world. So 4 main types and then a half one. So if you're looking over here, you've got generators, manifesting generators, which are part of the generator family, if you will, projectors, manifestors, and reflectors. So those are the 4 main human design types. And when you think human design, think of it, the way my brain was able to put it together, piece it together a little bit better, was thinking of it more of a system that is, if we had to take all the humans in the world and fulfill a big mission or build a big building, right? We're going to go throw up this big, a twin tower in New York. That's our mission. We're all on this mission together. We're going to throw up the twin tower in New York and get that bad boy. That's our mission. We're all on this mission together. We're going to throw up the twin tower in New York and get that bad boy really pretty and sparkly and do it the right way. We're going to need a team to be able to see that mission to the finish line. And that's what we all are here on earth, right? We're all one big team. We're all one, right? We're a child of God, and we're all connected to that, which is really cool. So the human design system has 4 main types of humans that walk this planet. Okay. And the first one is your generators. Your generators and your manifesting generators are 70% of our world. So I wanted to start there because with 70% of our world, the bulk of the people you're going to run into are generators and manifesting generators. So manifesting generators are part manifestor, part generator, and they are 33% of the 70. All right. So we got a 70% generator, 33% of that goes to the manifesting generators who are like, who are dual manifestors and generators. So the generators are here to build. So if our mission is to build this Eiffel Tower, and we're going to get in there, or the Twin Towers or whatever, to build this building, the generators are going to be the ones that are physically building it. They're full of energy. They are spunky. They're usually very easy to get along with, and they are movers. I like to call them the Energizer Bunnies. You guys remember those? Those guys keep going and going and going and going, and they do it with a smile on their face, which for me is a lot of fun. So my husband is actually a manifesting generator. My business partner and best friend is a manifesting generator. Another longtime soul sister of mine, generator, right? So the world is full of these generators and manifesting generators. They're not only here to build, they usually find a masterful art inside of a very specific trait. And for them, that's intriguing because they find something, then they specialize in it, and that's what they build. So if you found yourself in your life constantly doing something and finding an experience around that, chances are that's your life mission, right? For me, it was real estate. Everywhere I turned, there was real estate. My mom was in real estate. I ended up working at a law firm, and that's what we practiced, was real estate. And then my twin sister was like, I'm going to get licensed, Amanda. And I was like, I'm coming with you, because I took a whole page of notes on how to get licensed to become a real estate agent. So something's leading me that way. And thank goodness I did, because that was almost a decade ago. And since then, I built an 8-figure company. It's completely changed my life. And now I'm giving back to other entrepreneurs and business owners and souls just like you guys around the world. And I genuinely enjoy it. So generators are builders. Their energy is next to limitless. Of course, if you're tired, rest, right? But their energy is next to limitless. They can keep going, going, going. Their life's mission is to respond to the mission. So they are the responders in the world. right? So if I'm standing here and I'm not somebody that builds and maybe my energy isn't super high, but I say, man, we really need a new Eiffel Tower up, or we need the Twin Towers back up, right? Whatever we need, the generators come in and say, okay, how are we going to get that done? And they're builders. They're building it with a smile on their face the entire time. Absolutely love our generators. Now the manifesting generators, you guys, that's the fifth. If we had a fifth human design, that's it, because they're part generator, part manifester. And they're also known as Mani-gens. So manifesting generator are known as the Mani-gens in the world. So these Mani-gens wake up to 33% of our world, and they're the pure life force in motion. So they have the capabilities to initiate and inform and build. So their energy is next to limitless, because their first priority is generating. Second is manifesting, is what they fall back into. And manifestors are the initiators and informers in the world mission. So super cool to see that there. They're also, these Mani-gens are fast learners, and they get bored quickly. So please don't have them in one task for too long, where the energy does not serve their better purpose of the future, because they won't stick around for it. You're going to see them sign up for it and take off on you. Okay. You want them to stay entertained the whole way. So projectors are so great. Projectors are 20% of our population, and these are our mission projectors. Projectors are the ones that are able to foresee the mission forward. So if you've ever come across someone who is so incredibly wise, and deep natured, you can feel it in them when you're around them, that they've got this wisdom that you don't, maybe you call them an old soul, right? Maybe you're like, man, you're such an old soul. So these are the projectors, and these guys are really great leaders and really great at guiding others. They have the patience, and they naturally are trusted by the sphere that is around them. So projectors are super great in that realm. Projectors need a lot more sleep than the generators, right? So the generators are those Energizer bunnies. Projectors run on about 4 hours of work, and the rest is self-time and rest time. Spending time with themselves, doing what they enjoy doing that's more restful, probably in peace or in quiet, and probably all by themselves, right? That's going to be the projector. So if you're a projector out there and you are trying to run that 9 to 5 work hour schedule, it's not going to serve you any good to do it that way, all right? So get your rest when you need it. Listen to your body. They are very intuitive as well. They don't create their own energy source. So projectors feed off of the energy sources around them. So if you've got high energy, they've got high energy. If you're down in energy, they're down in energy. They don't create their own. They utilize what is around them and run with that. Now your manifestors are 9% of the world's population, and they're here to initiate and to inform. They are going to picture their energy like a slingshot. They're going to reel all the way back and then release and run forward. They're going to outrun almost anybody in the pack every time, but they can't sustain the run. You hear me? So they're quick sprinters. All right. And then they do need their rest hours. So their work hours, none of this is a hard fit, but I would say about 6 hours is what I found from the research that I did. So they can work for about 6 hours, and then they're going to need to rest, because they're going to run hard, rest hard. So they deep sleep and they deep run. They're full force when they're running. With manifestors, you can feel their aura. They're big energy people. They take up a lot of space, and we want them to. We want them to be able to go out in the world and find what's out there for us to discover and bring it back. If there's something that we can all build together, let's build it together. That's what the manifestors are here for. So the manifestors are the ones that are usually taking the path less traveled. They're usually the ones that are trial and erroring all the way through their life's mission, and then bringing back the stuff that works or they think could work in a really harmonious way to the rest of the crowd to run with it, right? And build it and go. They don't typically, they'll see a mission to the end if they have to, but it exhausts them. And they don't typically like to do that. So manifestors ignite others into into the energy, into the mission. So they're like trailblazers. They're going to run through it full speed ahead. These guys have an aura around them that is more closed and repelling. And that is because they simply need to get to the mission and get it back, right? They need to get out in front of everything, pushing all the other energy just to the side for a moment so they can figure out what's going on and then come back for the masses. And while the projectors are like overseeing, projectors are great. Remember, managers, guiders, leaders. So they're really good with our generators because our generators trust them deeply. And our projectors can feel them. They have a great deep intuitive sense about them, wisdom to them. And they care about you, right? We all care about each other as humans naturally. And so they want to figure out what's going on in there. So manifestors are always fun. Generators are a ton of fun, and projectors are a lot of fun. Now, reflectors are less than 1% of our world, you guys. Reflectors are that shiny unicorn with an innate ability to reflect how our communities are doing. So reflectors are the guys in the mission that are able to be in the mix of it and reflect your energy back to the masses, back to yourself. So they can show you where the gaps are in the mission, if you will. They're like the mirror effect. If we're missing something or we're not doing it to our fullest potential, we're going to know when the reflector's in the room, and vice versa. When something's going really, really well, we're going to know when the reflector's in the room. They do not have a defined energy center. So as a result, they're ultra receptive to energies around them. That is how they're able to show us where the gaps are, to show us, hey, something's going on over here and we need to change it. So reflectors are really great at that. They're like sponges. They're going to absorb it all and then rinse it back out on you, release it all back out on you. So great little reflectors there. They do need to prioritize alone time. Probably more at the end of the day is what I hear from the reflector crowd works best for them, is taking their alone time at the end of the day to really sit with everything they've gone through or come up against during the day, all the different energies that they felt and sent back out in the world. They reflect on that, and then starting every day with the excitement for new possibilities. What's going to come today? That's really going to help the reflector and all of us moving forward. So if you're curious what your human design type is, I personally use ahumandesigntype.com to find out my information, and all you need is your location of birth, your time of birth, and your date of birth, and it'll generate the formula right there for you. And of course, you guys, if you have any questions on what your human design is and diving deeper into it, maybe your channels and your gates that get more specific to you, please don't hesitate to give us a ring or reach out. Mercedes Davis is one of our coaches over at CEOAF, and she's also a projector, so she's a natural leader, has the wisdom, people naturally trust her, and she's such a beautiful soul, but she specializes in the human design types. Or myself, right? We'd be more than happy to dive into this with you and to see who you are, what your life's purpose is, and how we can help you fulfill that one piece at a time. So I'll talk to you guys all very soon. I got to go jump on a Spanish class. I'm learning Spanish for my Mexico investments. Bye.